UFC 320 just took place. I'm going to give you my reaction and breakdown to all the big fights. And I'm going to give you my thoughts and what should be next for some of these fighters. Let's start off with Alex Pereira, man. They called me crazy. They said I was a madman for picking Alex Pereira. We'll get into that, but let's start off with some early fights. First things first, Patrick Mix. Cut Patchy Mix from the UFC. I don't care. Cut him! Patchy Mix was robbed pretty badly in that fight, in my opinion. I had him winning the second and the third round, but it's irrelevant, man. I don't know how I allowed myself to believe in this guy for a second time after watching him be terrible in the fight against Mario Batista. For some reason, I thought we were going to get some different version. He looked terrible, man. He doesn't look good. He doesn't move his head. His grappling's okay. A guy making his debut grappled right with him, so maybe his grappling's not okay. I will be perfectly content if I never watch another Patchy Mix fight. Comment down below if you feel the same way or if you feel different. Is anybody really wanting to see what's next for Patchy Mix at this point? No. Moving on to another fighter that was a big letdown in my opinion. Ju Sang Yu, aka Korean Zombie Jr., man. In your head. No, don't do that. Korean Zombie Jr., I was really high on him as a prospect. I had him winning tonight. He looked all right, but he started getting cocky, man. I don't like that. If you're doing that and it works and you're getting nasty KOs, you can't really hate on it, man. But he got KO'd. He's backing up with his hands down the entire fight. We just saw Loner Cavier at UFC Shanghai do this exact same thing. Back up, hands at your waist. He was sloppy. He's got some technical things he has to finish. And you got to have more than just a counter left if you want to be really good in the UFC. Okay, now let's move on to the main card fights. Starting with the main card opener, Joe Pyer, man. Shout out to Joe Pyer. And before I give you my reaction to these fights, it needs to be stated, we were 5-0 on the main card picks. I don't think we got the methods all 100% correct, but we were on the right fighters. Pyer, Zalal, Yuri. Oh my God, the Yuri versus Khalil fight. Morab, unfortunately Morab, and Alex, man. But we'll start with Joe Pyer. In my opinion, this was a perfectly executed fight for Joe Pyer. This was flawless as far as I'm concerned. Everybody knew coming into this fight that Abus Magomedov has cardio issues. So all Joe Pyer needed to do in round one was to wear on Abus Magomedov. Make him work hard, and he's going to gas out in the later rounds, and you can take over. This is exactly what he did. He got on him, made him wrestle for an entire round, and immediately in round two, you could see Abus Magomedov had slowed down. Joe Pyer, he was able to walk forward and just walk right through him. Shout out to Dean Thomas. Shout out to Joe Pyer, man. Body cam off. Shout out to Joe Pyer. That's a big win for him. I like Joe Pyer as a prospect. Give him a step up, and let's see what he can make happen. Next up, Josh Emit versus Youssef Zalal. What did I say in my breakdown before this fight took place? I'm done with the Josh Emit shtick, man. He's over with. He should retire. At this point, he is nothing but overhands that can put you out cold. That's all he has in my opinion. I picked Zalal to win this fight. I think I said a late finish wouldn't shock me, but it probably goes to decision. I can't believe how easy Zalal made this look. And honestly, this is exactly what Zalal needed for his career. Get back on the right path. Get on Dana White and Mick Maynard's good side. He had an armbar round one, nasty. Honestly, this was pretty shocking. I picked him to win, and I said Emit's decline is about to really begin. But for some reason, I still was shocked by this. I mean, a round one sub. He made it look really easy. I've seen enough from Josh Emit, man. Moving on to the fight of the night, man. Yuri Prohaska versus Khalil Roundtree. Yuri! This Yuri pick was another one. I took a lot of heat for picking Yuri for some reason. He was the betting favorite here. Now, what I do think needs to be stated, in the first 2 rounds of this fight, or the first round and a half really, Yuri did not look good. I'd almost say it's as bad as I've ever seen Yuri Prohaska look. He kept like slipping and losing his footing. Something about his movement just seemed really clunky and abnormally not slick. Like Yuri always has a weird movement to him, but it's normally sharp and it's like slick. It seemed really clunky and he wasn't doing enough. He was kind of letting Khalil dictate the fight. I said in my breakdown before this, if Yuri can make this fight chaos, that's where he's going to succeed. In the first 2 rounds, he really didn't make it chaotic at all. But in the 3rd round, Khalil was gassed, and that's where we started to see the chaotic exchanges. Soon as it got chaotic, Khalil, it was too much for him. Yuri put him out cold, bad. Shout out to Yuri Prohaska, man. I'm pumped that Alex Pereira won in the main event. But I'm not going to lie, for Yuri, that kind of sucks. Because Yuri can't get the title shot now. There's no way we can do Yuri Prohaska versus Alex Pereira 3. That cannot happen. Now, I did also say in the breakdown before this fight took place that Khalil Roundtree was broken from the Alex Pereira fight. I don't think that's the case. Obviously, I got to see him fight a little more, but he looked pretty good in the first 2 rounds. Something about Khalil Roundtree's fight against Jamal Hill seemed really off to me. The fact that he wasn't able to get the finish, it showed me that he was kind of broken to an extent. But in the first 2 rounds of this fight, he looked really good. He was fast, and he was kind of putting it on Yuri. But round 3 came, he gassed out. Yuri took his soul, man. That fight was a banger, man. That's one of the more exciting finishes I've seen in a long time, I feel like. Obviously, the one in the main event was a banger, but that Yuri one was crazy, man. It's got me in my living room at midnight, like screaming like a maniac. My neighbors have to think I'm a crazy person. Shout out to Yuri Prohaska. Massive win. What should be next for Yuri is the question now. I'm going to get into what I think should happen with Alex Pereira, but Yuri Prohaska, Carlos Ulberg. That's kind of where my head's at right now, but I'll explain that when I get to the Alex Pereira part. Let's move on to the co-main event, man. Merab Dvalishvili. I hate how they say his last name, but that's how they say it. Let's start off by giving props to Cory Sandhagen, man. Say what you want. He kind of got dominated in this fight. Typically, that's what Morab does to people. But Cory Sandhagen fought as good as he can fight Morab. Like, I think if you simulate that fight 100 times, this is as good as it gets for Cory. He had an answer for some of the grappling. He was able to get up, but man, Morab is not human. He's not human, man. I don't know what you're supposed to do against Morab. You have to have the power to put him out cold, and you have to be able to fight off the grappling. Cory was able to fight off the grappling and have some exchanges, but he didn't have the power to put out Morab. And listen, I'm not a big Morab fan. Morab almost finished Cory Sandhagen in round 2. I was shocked. Like, my mouth was open. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I know Morab's really good. He's the best bantamweight ever. If he would have gotten a round 2 knockout against Cory Sandhagen, I would be ready to put this guy top 5 all time. That's how shocked I was with it. And he could have had the finish if he knew what it was like to get knockouts. He doesn't know. Morab doesn't know what it's like to get knockouts. He didn't know how to finish that. Exactly what I said in my predictions before the fight. Tale as old as time. Morab, takedowns, cardio, push you against the fence, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. I don't know who's going to beat Morab. Honestly, nobody. Nobody right now is going to beat Morab. Petr Yan, he's not going to beat Morab. I hate to break it to you. Umar, I don't even want to really see the Umar rematch. He's not beating Morab. I honestly think Morab should move up a weight class and fight Volk. I know he said he doesn't want to do that, but in my opinion, that's the best fight for him. Now, last but not least, man, Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. They called me a madman all week. So many people jumped off the Alex Pereira bandwagon. Do not come crawling back. If you want to come crawling back, I need to see a public apology. Drop it in the comments right now. Say you were wrong. I don't know why so many people gave up on Pereira so fast, man. The first fight between Magomed Ankalaev and Alex Pereira was a very close fight. And I had to sit here and listen to people telling me he was dominated start to finish, yada, yada, yada. And then Alex Pereira comes out and says, hey, I was injured, I was sick, my hand was broken. People call it excuses. The fact of the matter is, this dude Alex Pereira is probably the greatest kickboxer of all time. There was never a world where Magomed Ankalaev is just a better striker than Alex Pereira. How are there people out there saying that? And now here's the question. Just how high on the GOAT list is Alex Pereira? It's something that needs to be talked about, man. He got this win back. This was massive for his legacy. And I think Alex Pereira is going to move up to heavyweight now. If he would fight Tom Aspinall for the heavyweight strap, 3 belts, man, How high up on the GOAT list is he? I can't even begin to tell you how big this win is for the UFC. Think about all the fun fights we can now have that Alex Pereira is back as champ, man. Carlos Alberg, a striker on striker. If we have to see Yuri get violently KO'd again, bring him up, let's do that. Alex Pereira moves up to heavyweight, fights for the heavyweight strap, 3 belts. So many more opportunities are now possible because Alex Pereira stepped up, big dog, bodied Ankalaev, man. He became the hunter, walked him down. He walked through Ankalaev. I can't even believe it. I'm still sitting here thinking about it. I don't even know what happened. UFC 320 overall, a banger card. And we went 5 for 5 on picks, man. What more can you ask for? Like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below what video I should put out next. Subscribe. Let's grow this thing. Let's go, man.